Here with Notre Dame defensive tackle Tyler Shelvin. And Tyler, my first question is, when did you hit your growth spurt? Like, was there a point where you were a little bit smaller than people? When did you get this big, man?
Over the summer going into my freshman year.
So there was a point where you weren't the biggest guy in the field. What was that like?
I wasn't that much smaller than them, but I was small compared to them. But I could tell that I was just stronger than them.
And you've been getting attention from college people for a while, man. What was that like for you and your family? I mean, people sending you letters, giving you calls. What was that process like?
It was a blessing. I mean, committing to LSU, that was my first offer. Getting letters from all over the country. I mean, it's still a blessing still today.
What was it about LSU that made you want to commit?
Les Miles. And then when Chavis left, Coach Ho stepped in, and you've been taking care of me ever since.
Is that something you always kind of dreamed of doing ever since you were a little playing in Death Valley?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. And that being said, what made you want to come here to Notre Dame, too? Because, I mean, you hopped around a little bit in the summer. You ended up here. What drew you out here to Crowley?
Coach Cook, honestly, and Coach Mack. I mean, I love their scheme, and I talked it over with my family, and we suggested that I should come here. And then ever since, it's been the greatest ever.
Has that been something you wanted a piece of, too? I mean, they were in the Superdome last year, brought back a state title. Is that something you wanted to get a piece of before you went off into college?
Oh, yes, sir, most definitely.
How would you describe your game? What do you think your strengths are as a player?
My hands. I mean, I'm about the biggest one every time on the field. And I use my size to my capability, and it works out very fine. Whenever
you get double-teamed, sometimes triple-teamed, what goes through your head? Because usually you end up beating that. Do you look at it as kind of a sign of respect?
I mean, I look at it as fun, because if 3 on me, I mean, that leaves 2 open, so I'm fine with it.
And when some people see your size and your strength, they might not think that you understand the game too well, but I know you have a really good football IQ. You're a smart kid. Is that something you take really personally, the fact that I got to understand the game well in order to execute better?
Yes, sir, that does. I mean, it means a lot in football to be smart, to read, to know where things going, how's it going, reading plays, reading the guards and all that as a defensive lineman. Yeah.
How honored were you to get invited to the Under Armour All-America game? Because, I mean, only so many players in the entire country get to take part in that. What was that like for you?
It was another blessing. I mean, I went to the Future 50 where the younger class get to go watch the older class compete in it. And I got to compete over there. And on that day, I committed to Under Armour. And ever since then, I'm still committed to today. They presented my jersey. I mean, it's a blessing, and I just can't wait.
Whenever you watch games on Saturdays in college and on Sundays, who are some of the players that you try to model your game after?
I only watch one player. I mean, I talk to him every time I go down there. It's Gotcha at LSU. I mean, he's a great player. I mean, I talked to him before the game. He told me he was going to get like 4 tackles. And then after the game, he had 4 tackles. I mean, I like him.
All right, man, and time for just a little bit of fun to wrap things up. All right, little food quiz for you. Breakfast, pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Why waffles? Is it the little squares that holds the syrup in place?
Oh, yeah, I like waffles.
All right, boudin or crackling?
Boudin.
Jambalaya or gumbo?
Gumbo.
Seafood gumbo or chicken and sausage?
Chicken and sausage.
Well, he's staying at LSU. Might be because you wanted to keep the gumbo. Tyler Shelvin, appreciate it, man. Remember us whenever you're doing big things, all right?
Oh, yes, sir. Most definitely. Thank you.
Good stuff, dude.